Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He completes it to Westbrook. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
1st down, Jaguars.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Johnson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Zip it. No, 36, wide, 36. Watch the slats, watch the slat. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check, check.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Jackson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 22 yards there, a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
52's the mark, boys, 52.
Jackson on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down on a gain of 10. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at the 11. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's get off the field. Get off the field, D. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Here it comes. Here it comes. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. 65. 65. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Come on, baby.
To throw again, Jackson. It's complete to Fuller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Motion. 29 is the Mike.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Gordon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come up in an offset eye. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard at the 14-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert it. Joker. Hey, alert 3.
They toss it out right to Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Check 56. Check.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Check safety, check safety. Check 99, check 99.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for the Texans. First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Calais Campbell on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that time.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They give to Johnson going right. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this results in 6. Touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
To throw is Watson. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Check, 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 check. Alert. Check, check. Hey, 24.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
59. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check, 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 check. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. 59. Check, check 43. Hey, alert, alert. Come on. 59, 59.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Jackson. He's got Fuller. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
23 yards. And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Get wild.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short.
At their own 37-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He's coming, double up. Go get him. Go get him.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 47-yard line.
Let's go now. 6, come to the ending. 36. Watch 36.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
29 is the Mike 29. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 29 is the Mike 29.
From the gun, Jackson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
29 is the Mike 29. 3 bucks. 29 is the Mike 29. It's our time. It's our time. Zoom. 29 is the Mike 29.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing on third down, Watson completes it to Lee. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Watson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Check out. Hot. 56.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
Check.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DJ Reader able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Let's go.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
This is it. 19. 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
16 yards, a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now they try the right side here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Sean Gibson brought him down. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Johnson running right. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Mike 29. Squeeze, double.
Throwing again. Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike 29. Tackles. 29 is the Mike 29. Now watch run.
To throw again is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Harris. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
56 is the mark. 55.
From the gun, here's Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 29. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
SOS. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Go. Check three.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
What we got? Bring it over there, right? 52's the mic. Come off the ball. Yo, 52, right? 52. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. Quick move by Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check 26, check 26. Shit. 66, run it, half, that's it.
He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 43 yards.
First down, Jaguars.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? In the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jags, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist.